um, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we could always just edit one in when we do figure out how we want to do that. I
Okay.
feel like intros usually involve explaining what you're about, but also I feel like we're still trying to figure that out.
Okay, so pretty much, you know, this is a podcast about BL dramas for right now, and it's going to expand in K-pop. We don't really know what we're doing right now, so grow with us and don't hate us too much. Here we go.
There you go.
So, topic today, Bree. Forgotten
I
list.
actually made a list.
Our
I'm
top
trying
five
to
favorite
like
dramas that we've seen
organize
so
it.
far.
That is actually number one on my list. What do you know?
Okay, so top
Do you want to
five.
go first, or do you want to alternate?
We'll alternate. You say your five, I'll say my
Okay.
five. Four,
Okay.
three, two. Yeah.
Ooh, are we doing this in order though? Cause like, that's a hard one. Or just five in general.
Just five in general.
Okay, that'll make it a lot easier for me. Cause whew, ranking.
I think this is Ram's hair. Okay, so what's your first one?
So I mean, obvious. You might as well get the obvious out of the way until we meet again. I don't think. I mean, there's two of them out of the five that are going to be completely obvious, and then one I feel like we're going to kind of argue one. But yeah, until we meet again.
Until We Meet Again was
Easily.
perfect. Like, okay, it wasn't perfect, but it was perfect. If that makes any kind of sense.
It had its flaws, but I feel like for the most part, Until We Meet Again's flaws were largely due to like pacing problems. For example, there were way too many scenes that
Didn't go
needed to
anywhere.
be cut. Just standing in the standing, yeah, because you stand when you drive. Just sitting in the car, just looking at each other for like a solid minute. That could have maybe be trimmed
And don't
by
forget
at
all the
least
scenes
50
where
seconds.
Dean was driving in the bad green screen with the same two cars. Like, I get it.
Again and again.
We get it. It is like, budget. It's like, it was just like you said. Some scenes didn't need to last as long as they did. You're doing way more work than I am right now because I am tired.
I understand. And it wasn't. I feel like there were certain things that were wrapped up in a really weird way. Dell dating Alex, for
Yeah,
example.
I
But
don't know why or who thought that was a good idea. Like, I thought we were supposed to hate Alex.
it felt like we were supposed to hate Alex. We spend all this time, watching him turn Alex down and rooting for, him with Dean and Alex making all these snide comments about it. And then we even, we go through Manal trying to get his attention and failing and him being a complete douchebag to her. And then all of a sudden Dill's dating Alex, by the way. We don't even see them dating. We don't
Yeah,
hear
we
how it
just
happens.
kind of
It's
get
just,
just get a
hey,
throwaway
Dill's not here
comment.
today.
Yeah.
She's dating Alex. Oh, okay.
It was weird of them to go to that decision just like completely out of nowhere. It was like, oh, we need to have Del be with somebody for some reason. We've we don't have that many characters. Oh yeah, Alex, you remember him? He was in 5 or 6 episodes. They're now together.
So funny too because they had the concert afterwards and everyone's paired up in the concert to my knowledge. Not that I watched it, but from what I have seen perusing the internet, everyone's kind of paired up and then there's Dell. Like you didn't it wasn't even an excuse for her to have somebody to like duet with for the show or in the OST. It's just she couldn't be here for filming, so here's why.
Without like, wait, what?
This piece is frozen. That's funny.
Oh my God, Brie, we can't finish the puzzle now.
That's funny.
Oh
Okay,
my
well, at least
God.
it's an end piece. At least it's an end piece. It's not gonna screw us up too much.
Okay, well, back on topic. The best thing Until We Meet Again did was the story. To me,
Yeah.
it felt like It was one of the few shows that had a consistent story that made sense through the whole way out. Granted, you know how I feel about the pairing of the two of them. I'm not going to say it here, but
Oh my god.
yeah, it's like okay, it's like I get it. Reincarnation, I get it. But to me personally, y'all are related. Y'all shouldn't be together. But I want y'all to be together. Y'all are cute together.
I look perfect together.
They are.
And plus it has some of the most solid acting out of any of them, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I think
Most of the everybody was there was a great actor, but
yeah.
Fluke was the best. Love him.
Oh, easily. I will say that's one complaint that I kind of had was I feel like was a very good actor, but I wish that they had given him like some heavier material to work with.
He was
I
just
feel like
cold staring half the damn show.
he was kind of there to look hot or like loving or
I loved him
upset.
looking hot too, by the way.
I mean, he was always looking hot, let's be
He
honest.
was.
But I feel like, you know, we got a little bit of his emotional side towards the end, you know, when we kind of start seeing
No, that does not
him
go there.
when we kind of start seeing him blaming himself for things.
Wait, Brie, what is this doing here? This does not go here.
Oh no, I think I just dropped it.
Okay.
You know, when we kind of start seeing himself blaming himself for things and like having his memories of corn and everything, I feel like we finally started getting some emotional side from him. But it didn't last for very long because, you know, we had other things to worry about. So I wish they had delved into that a little bit more because I feel like could have pulled off a little bit more.
And
But
honestly, the
Fluke was
same way you
outstanding.
feel about is how I felt about Porn. I feel like he didn't have enough time
Horn
either.
is an amazing actor. He really is. That whole scene where he like, oh, when he tells him that he loves him on the beach that first time, bro. Oh, my heart.
My heart, every time I saw In Touch, my heart was ready to cry. Honestly, just like even
Yeah.
during the happy scenes, my heart is like, oh my god, you are no longer here with me. I love you. I I want to protect you.
I agree. I agree completely.
And
I'm going to assume that is also on your top 5
definitely.
list.
So
Okay.
but before we get off until we meet in, we have to talk about one of the best things about that show. Manal was great. She deserves an Oscar. She deserves an Emmy. She deserves a Grammy.
She deserves everything. And I'm so happy she got the guy in the end. Someone
The
who
really hot
respects
guy
her.
too. He was so hot.
So hot, bro. Step up from Alex. I'm sorry, Del. I wish you the best. Kind of wish you had gotten with Manal, but it is what it is. But this woman found the hottest dude in the show who loves her. And I'm all about
Oh, this
that.
is the
I'm
frozen piece.
so for it.
Shit.
I know, I keep grabbing for
Because
it.
it goes right here. Okay. So until we meet again, that's on both of our lists, so I don't have to cover it. Honestly, we should just anyway. I know how we both have odd feelings about it, but for me, My Engineer is on my list. It's at the lower part of my list. I'm not, like we said, we're not gonna go into like specific rankings and shit, but I will say My Engineer, love the show. It's on my top 5, but it's at the lower half of my top 5. And the main reason for that is, as much as I do like the actors, the main couples, I just could not care about them.
And either. I really can't.
And while we were watching the show, I would always defend them to you saying, well, you know, blah, blah, and so, but I
Then
know.
there's no follow
Yeah.
through anywhere.
I
Every
know that
episode.
Bond constantly getting mad at everything over and over again. Like the same thing was annoying. And like his jealousy issues just kept triggering me, especially like even though I have jealousy issues of my own. Where does your arm go, King? I'm thinking there. But main couple aside, they were good at their parts. It's just I personally didn't care about them, and I know you personally didn't care about them either.
Yeah, I think it was never an actor problem. I think it was solely a direction problem. And I feel like a lot of these shows have that to some extent. There's always that one, plot line that never really
And
goes
we will be
anywhere.
talking about that plotline in another show on this list.
Hmm. And it's funny because usually I find that the plot lines that don't go anywhere are typically subplots. I feel like 9 out of 10 times there's subplots. But with My Engineer, it felt like the main plot. It didn't feel like it had direction. And I haven't done much research into My Engineer compared to some of the other shows we've watched. I'm sure it's probably based off of a book. It's probably, usually they're very loyal to the source material, so I can't comment that in any way. I don't know. But just based on the secondary storylines that My Engineer told, it really just felt like they didn't know where they were going with the leads.
Yeah, it was like they had the main conflict there, and I mean they even introduced the doctor dude who was into Dwan, and that
Yeah.
like that
That
shut down
weird moment
quick.
that went absolutely nowhere. And then, okay, let's talk about that though, right? So I don't even remember his name at
I
this
don't
point. I'm gonna be
either.
honest. That's which is a shame. But
No, once
that
again, no shade to the
moment,
actor, but God,
no, not at all. Not even a shade to the show. Just little things about the show. Criticism comes from a place of love in this scenario.
speaking of love, look at these two, King and
I
Ram together
know.
forever.
They were the best part of that show,
Finish what
man,
you
and
were
I
saying
didn't
before we go
expect
about
them
these two,
to.
though, because
You're
people don't know
right,
how I
you're
feel
right.
about these.
Okay, so that I still can't get over that moment in the flower shop when he meets, Dune's friend, and they have the look that every couple has in the show, and it just happens out of nowhere, and it's like, why did that just happen? Y'all were fighting like 3 seconds prior. You were arguing, you were like, get out of the shop, I'm closing up. And then out of nowhere it's like, oh, I love you. And I don't understand. Like that was and then he got freaking what, brother zoned, wasn't it?
Yes.
I love you as a brother. Like, oh, oof, oh,
Oh my God, they
that was so bad.
they really needed to work those two better out. They needed like, but those
Felt for
issues
him, man.
aside, other than those two couplings, King and Ram and Boss and Mech. Now I know Bree. Bree loves King and Ram, and I love King and Ram too. But Boss and Mech were my couple in that show.
Yeah.
I'm so sad Mike isn't going to be there for season 2. I want him. I like that actor. God, I can all day with him. I'm
I'm really sad. And I feel bad for how it came about as well. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for, Mech's actor. It's a shady situation all around. It's really unfortunate.
I hope he gets the opportunity to shine again on some show somewhere. I really would love to see more of him. You're doing way more of this puzzle than I am. I'm slowly drowsing into like delirium right now. But King and Ram, their entire story, and I'm not even touching the computer right now because I'm
Yeah,
talking with my hands. King and Ram, they should have been the main couple in that show.
I agree.
Everything about their story was just like, yes, The
So you know
build
what's
up and
funny?
everything. And I love me some build up.
What's funny, I think, is I feel like we kind of did a reverse card in the middle of my engineer somewhere. Because, like, I mean, we both liked both couples, right? But, like, I think in the beginning, I was more interested in trying to figure out what was going on with Boss and Mech. You know, I'm like, oh, does anyone know about the photos that he has in his locker? Like, does anyone know about, like, do they really think they're together, or is this just a joke?
Oh
Like
yeah,
I
the
think I was
whole wifey thing.
really, yeah, but I wasn't all that interested in King and Ram, and it wasn't for like them not being interesting. It's just nothing was really going on that caught my interest. Like I was just like, oh, okay, these two dudes are a subplot, whatever. But I
It's
remember you
fucking
being like,
peace.
no. I remember you being like, no, like they're gonna be interested. Like I love Ram already, like I love King already, and I'm just like, oh. And then I feel like somewhere halfway through, you were like, "Oh my God, Boston Mac," and I'm like, "King and Ram."
The thing was, okay, the whole I started loving Boss and Mech because of Mech, like the whole unrequited love thing. He first of all, once again, actor played the role really well in everything. I really want him to be in something again. But as somebody who has been in that kind of predicament before, I went from like kind of just like not completely not liking them to just like it was me projecting my feelings of not having that person that I wanted that time, just like making like I'm not interested in this. I want Ram and King because they both obviously want each other, but then once I was able to let go of my own past trauma with a certain person, I'm like, Meg, get your man, get
I
him from me.
remember, like, around the time I was getting way more invested in King and Ram, and I'm like, okay, but we gotta get back to this. We gotta get back to this. What's going on with them and the dogs and the kids and all that? And you're just like, who is this little slut who's trying to get up all over Max Man? And I remember us both like frothing at the mouth over these couples, but just completely slowly losing interest in Bond.
And I okay. Yeah, we lost interest in Bond and Doom, but like what, episode 4? No, it's about 5 or 6 maybe.
Five or six, yeah. We kept giving them chances. It wasn't like out the gate. Ugh.
But Dwan's actor, I love him. I don't love him. I love the smile. Like I'm gonna
He's
insert a
perfect
picture
for the part.
somewhere in here just to show off his smile. Dwan's smile was everything to me. Every time he smiled, I went
It
back to
better
being like, I love him.
it better be that moment when he like, hands over the flower and he just grins and there's like all the sparkles.
God, I love that smile.
It's such a perfect smile.
It
It really is.
is. Right amount of teeth and everything. Okay. So until we meet again, for you, my engineer for me, what's next?
Um, I mean, the obvious one that I know we both are gonna have on our list is, of course, because you're my boy. Of course.
God damn Drake Ledecky. Can we just thank the gods that that perfect man exists? You
Oh,
have your boyfriend, I have my boyfriend. I'm disappointed neither one of us is dating Drake.
I feel like it's pretty easy at this point to just be like, he's just the king of the BL
He
dramas, like the
is
Thai BL dramas at this point. He's so
everything.
involved in so many of them, playing a variety of characters, and he always just nails it. He just
Usually
nails
always
it. He's
doesn't know he's gay
perfect.
too, but you know.
But yeah, some really weird puzzle pieces.
I know.
Anyway,
I'm so fucking
um,
confused. There we go.
it always feels weird for me to include Because You're My Boy on this list because I feel like it goes against everything that we usually say about what we want in a show because, God, that writing was a hot mess
It was so all over the place. But
and production quality too. Whew.
okay, first of all, get rid of the scenes of the bridges, okay? Just put them in a coffee shop without the background noise. The whole fucking you stole my friend bag. This is gonna be oh, it's over already? Okay, cool. But that
Freaking my brother hasn't come back in like 3 hours. I'm gonna put out a missing persons report for him.
honestly, if Drake left me for 3 hours, I'd do the same thing. But while the writing was kind of out there, like, oh, we haven't talked for 3 years because I forgot my glasses and didn't recognize you. So therefore, you thought I hated you and me hate like, oh, you'll have cell phones, right? Try to use them. But every actor and actress in that show, every one of them was likable. Now, the
They all
father
had
was not
sweet
likable, and I still don't understand the woman who was in the first 2 episodes and disappeared.
and then disappeared. I still don't understand the husband, butler, driver guy. I'm still confused about that.
And
Let's just be real
and
here.
then T's mom with the whole like she's introduced, you don't know who she is, she's just a teacher, and it's okay to be gay. You love who you love. Love isn't about sex or gender. My son can't be gay. No, you can't see him no more. You're a like what bipolarness happened to you?
I will say one thing, and not in defense of that because that bothered me too. We talked very, very much about that, how it made no sense. But to play devil's advocate, I will say I kind of feel like I know people like that. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm supportive. Of course I'm supportive. You can be whatever you want to be. And then when it's somebody close to them, it's no, they could never. That wouldn't be my son or my husband or, so on and so forth. And it's
I mean, I
kind of
hope it's
implied
not your
she has
husband that's
past,
gay because
wasn't
you're
there
married to
past
him.
trauma that was implied for her ex-husband?
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it implied that he ended up being gay and she had felt some type of way about it? So
But
I
in the
feel like
show,
he
he
was
kept saying he wasn't gay, though. I thought he just left
Yeah,
her.
I
This
don't
goes back to the
understand.
writing being all over the place for that show. This fucking puzzle piece is
Yeah.
going to make me hurt somebody. If I go back to pick that thing up one more time.
Yeah, that's kind of where it loses its argument. It's that it was kind of okay, he's gay, she has trauma, but he's saying he's not gay, so we're
Oh
not
no, this
really
piece is over
sure.
here with his hair.
Okay. So it's like we're just not really sure what's going on there. It was very lazy writing. I don't know, man. I don't know
By
what
the
was
way,
happening there.
everybody watching, let us put out a disclaimer right now. We probably should at the beginning. We are new-ish to this. We've been watching these shows for a little over a year, and we know most of them are based on books, but we have not read the books because language barriers.
Yes.
So
I
something in the book can
will
explain it, but we just, from what we've seen from the show, it just did not explain anything.
And I will say, one thing that we did do our research on is immediately after Cause You're My Boy ended, we did a lot of Googling because there were so many things
He
that
got hit
didn't
by the
make
car
sense.
and it gave him
But
leukemia or
leukemia,
something.
but they don't even say that it's leukemia. They just tell him that he's sick and that he's gonna be sick and that he needs medication.
I thought he
There's
had
no
diabetes for about
explanation.
2 episodes.
There's no explanation at all. And that was one of the things that we looked up is what is all of this? And we got a lot of answers from the book. So you're absolutely right about that. There's a lot that we will not understand because we don't have book experience. If anyone can find a good translation, hit us up. because I have found some very poor translations that
Or
were
just
incredibly
copy and
hard to get
paste the
through.
whole thing in the comment section. God knows we'll have the time to read it.
So, yeah, I mean, we got some answers, but in getting answers, I saw a lot of book fans that were very unhappy with the show for the same complaint that we have. So, I think it's justifiable, even as people who have not read the book, to kind of criticize the writing just because it didn't do a good job of cohesively telling the story. But the actors' chemistry just carries the whole thing. The whole thing.
It did. They did. They did great. Once again, other than the random chick who was there and not there, I really wish we had any kind of information about her. But she was just like there and not there, and we're like halfway through the series, and like, wait, didn't they live with a woman? Like, where did she go? She
And then
went
there
the
was that
freaking route of the
moment.
girl from freaking what you call it, Family Matters. She went out back and never came out again.
The very first DJ in Rosé.
Yo.
Oh my god, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
That piece
And
is
then
giving me
like
trouble too. I don't know what this piece belongs to.
I don't either. And then like don't forget oh I think maybe? Yeah. No. Yeah?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, um don't forget like when their families start accepting them and then, T's grandmother leads in and is like, "Oh, they're such good friends." And it's like, "Wait, does grandma not understand what's going on here?"
Even
Like,
if grandmother didn't understand, grandmother is still the best parent in that whole show.
I agree. I agree.
Even if she like, I kind of feel like she understood, but she was like, it was kind of something like one of like my aunt had did to me before, where she's like, "You've never officially came out to me, so I'm just going to act like this person is your friend.
Fair. I
Once
can
you
respect
tell
that.
me on your own time that this person is more than a friend, then he of course will be welcome to me, but he's your quote unquote friend."
I can respect that.
Grandmother of the century.
She really was up there. That should be another discussion topic for another day, by the way. Best parental figures in these
We
shows.
know who number one is, but
It's a
we're not
short
going to
list.
say that about now. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. What's the
also,
next on your list?
also for Cause You're My Boy or My Tea, depending on what channel you watched it on. But the whole Bambi thing, Bambi and what's her name, Ching.
Yes.
I wanted Ching to have somebody. I really did.
I did too. They kind of dropped her like a fly. Oh, and extension to "Cause You're My Boy," one of the best R Sky episodes. Let's be real.
No, not one of the best. The best. We haven't even watched all the
Really?
R Sky episodes. That
I
was the first show that made us squeal.
Oh my god,
That
I'm
sounds so
so
sexual and
glad.
bad.
I'm so glad that that is not recorded somewhere. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. I was literally clutching my pillow, like doing that
I thought you were gonna say you were
cliche,
clutching your
like
pearls.
I was doing that cliche, like teenage girl at a
I
sleepover
was
thing where you're
too.
like, it was so bad. Oh god. But it was so cute. And like having all the characters come back like that in such like just such a cute, like honorable way. A lot of nods to all of the writing in the show, which is kind of ironic that the one episode follow up had more continuation than the actual show. But it worked. It worked and it was super cute. And that little kiss at the end
Ooh, a
was
kiss.
adorable. Oh, a kiss. It was so cute. Oh, I can't
Okay,
get
before
over
we
it.
get to the next show, last thing about Cause You're My Boy. Something that I'm surprised we didn't mention now. Gord and Morn.
Yeah.
Once again, love them. Love the actors, love the characters, love the actors, love the actors. They were perfect for each other. Oh my god, their little cameo in Dark Blue Kiss, I was so happy. Baby's going to university. They're still together, kind of ish. You know, not really. No, it's glitch Brie.
I should stop.
Okay. Now, since I brought up their cameo in Dark Blue Kiss, the next episode on my list is Dark Blue Kiss.
Really?
I don't like Cal.
I know you don't.
I don't like Cal. I don't like Cal because, once again, I was so confused with this point that I just said fuck it. But,
That doesn't fit, does it?
no, it don't, because there's a piece down there already. Oh, wait, over here, right here.
Okay.
And this one might be the higher crotch? Wait, no, this is this part. This is this part.
God, Ram, why do you have such long legs? Okay.
Wait, this is not this part. Is that this part? Anyway, what was I talking about? Okay, damn, what was I talking about?
Dark Blue Kiss.
Okay, Cal. I don't like Cal. And I am ready to admit to Bree and to the internets, I did not like Cal because of how deep in the closet he was, and I just got out of a relationship with somebody who was that deep in the closet to the point where he was afraid to save my name in his phone because he didn't want his parents to know he was talking to a guy. I was completely projecting my hatred for my ex to Cal, and I shouldn't have done that, but still don't like Cal. Bree, I don't think you're finding the right part for that.
I'm so desperate.
Make it work.
Oh god. I really didn't expect Dark Blue Kiss to be on your list. So when I mentioned that there's one that I feel like we're gonna argue about, that's the one I was actually talking about.
Dark Blue Kiss is a awkward position. I don't know what this is. Is this
Dark Blue Kiss is an awkward
Oh
position.
no. Okay, cuz
That kiss sure wasn't an awkward
Ooh,
position.
kiss.
Them underwater kisses. Chef's kiss.
Kiss, hug. Anyway, Dark Blue Kiss. I didn't like Cal. I forget JJ's name on that show.
I do too, actually. It's been a minute since we watched that one.
But Pete, in his undying love for that boy, was so much.
God, I know.
He tolerated so much for him.
Pete is like top tier boyfriends in these shows, quite honestly. I know he can be like a complete douchebag sometimes, but
his douchebaggery comes out of a place of love, though.
Yeah, he knows he can be a complete douchebag. And, like, that's one of my favorite things about him, too, is that even though he is like that, he specifically says, like, Cal makes me better, and I'm trying really hard, and I want to fix myself. And he kind of, like, he fusses about it, but you can see him putting in the effort.
Which is something most men don't want to do. Speaking from experience. I'm not bitter. I'm a little
He
bitter.
really was a good boyfriend. It gave us freaking Mork and Son. Hello. It's 4 a.m. It gave us Mork and Son, and it gave us a really good friend group too. I loved all of Pete and Cal's friends.
Okay, this is where this piece goes.
Oh, freaking finally.
Wait, does it? God damn it, what is this piece now?
That's a fingertip. It's got to. That goes here.
It goes where? Where'd it go? Where'd you put it at?
Right here.
Oh, okay. It gave us one of the best friend groups, yeah, because honestly, Until We Meet Again had a better friend group to me. Yeah, that goes right there.
Yeah, Until We Meet Again had the best friend group in my opinion, but Dark Blue Kiss I think is up there.
Oh, it's definitely up there. It's honestly like number 2 or 3. Number 2. But Cal's mother, freaking angel.
Oh god, I love her so much.
She, oh my god, she's, oh my god, I can't even words right now.
She is what every person on the even remotely on the spectrum of not being straight wants to
Everybody
have
on the
as a
spectrum of the
figure.
circle.
Like that's the dream. That's the dream.
And luckily for me, I have that in my mom.
Yes.
But even though I love my mother, she will never be Cal's mother. Mom, I love you, but be a little like Cal's mom. I don't know how, but like, just please. Okay.
And then you have Papa Pete. And
Lovable.
like, oh my god.
Yeah. Cal's mom and Pete's dad should have been together too, but I'm not gonna
I
agree with
swear.
that.
them having dinner together at the I'm like, ugh. It's just so wholesome. It's so wholesome.
Neither one of us wants to do Ram's shirt, do we? Because we are both avoiding it like the freaking plague.
We really are. We'll get there one day.
By the way, no guarantee this puzzle will be finished by the time the video finishes, but you know, pray for us.
We're trying our best. Again, it's 4 a.m.
Almost 5 a.m.
Yeah, that. I mean, Mark and Son's story alone was just. Ugh. I do love me a bad boy redemption arc, and I love like an enemies to lovers trope, and we got both, and I'm here for that. I'm so here for that.
Oh, Son was in love with
And
that boy from the get-go.
it's so funny to me that we're so used to getting storylines where it's like, I might be in love with you, but I don't know if I'm gay. But for Mork, it was never that. It was never like a sexuality confusion. It's, I might be in love with you, but
I don't
also
like
I
being
don't
around
think
you.
I like you. Yeah. That's so funny to me. It's so great. And the freaking awkward car ride for them finding those coffee beans where like Son's just trying so hard with the couples t-shirts and like turning on the radio with his little smirk when love songs come on. Like, I loved it. I love that character. He's conniving in like the most innocent way, and I love it.
Oh my god! I just realized I could turn the piece while holding it with the wheel and the mouse.
I did not even think to try that. Jesus.
I didn't either. Doing puzzles for finding out more about ourselves and love.
Theory of Love is probably my next one.
Really?
Really?
Theory of Love. I love it.
There's a button there somewhere.
Two walked into the pool and nobody cared. Y'all, this boy is upset. And like he is surrounded by his closest friends. Where's two? Oh, he walked in the pool. Oh, okay. Y'all want to play another game? And it's not even like it was something they didn't see. He was vocal about his like being, I don't want to play anymore, and walks into a pool. Where are your friends?
Playing the game still. Oh,
Trapper's
God.
thick thighs does not approve of leaving your friends in the pool.
That was an interesting moment.
And then they're crying in the shower from third. Look, okay, once again, I'm not going to touch a button right now. Look. Okay, you know what? We're just going to do this in real TLDR. Why was he always crying in the shower? And secondly, when there was no water, why did he have that water bottle? Like, it was funny. I get it. It was funny, and it was cute, and it was sad. I love the actor who played third. I forget his name, but I love him, and I mean, top five cutest BL actors of all time. Number 2 or 3 is him. Love the lips. Love he's
That's
short.
another discussion we'll have to have one day.
God, he's so I love him. But third as a character, I hated Kai so much in the beginning, then just could not stand third for the rest of the show, even when they got together.
Yeah. I It's funny because I remember when we first started watching it, we were like, are we supposed to root for them? Like, is that what this is supposed to be? Are we did we get lied to? And everyone was like, "Oh, believe me, it's gonna do a complete 180. It's gonna be do a 180. It's fine.
And
It's
we
it's,
were
it's
like,
the
there's
best."
no way it's gonna make us like Kai. That's not
It,
possible. And then they
they
were right.
did not lie at all. It just, I, I think it's one of the better stories at having a character be called out and understand why he was called out. I feel like in a lot of shows, and not even just BL dramas, right? Just a lot of shows in general, you have this character who acts like a dick to their friends. Maybe they get yelled at like once and they're like, oh, sorry, everything's resolved.
Like, what's his name
Th-
from Big Bang Theory? Sheldon. He's extremely selfish, and
yeah.
like his friends just.
It's like a joke at that point. It's just like, oh, well, that's how he is.
Mm-mm. He needed to be
And
called out. I was
like,
confused by that piece too.
we kind of get that with Kai, like for real, for real. Like, he has to actually suffer the consequences of how he's acted. And you see him like, oh crap, I screwed up. Like, let me redeem myself. And I think the moment that we were done with Third was the train, at least for me. Probably
You're cutting out, Bree.
talking for me. Oh, yep, that's my headset.
Okay.
That
Well,
was the nail in the coffin for me, was the train. When they are going on that trip and like he waits for him and no one shows up. And when Third finally shows up, he's like, it's okay. We can buy tickets for another train ride tomorrow. It's fine. I wanted to cry. I'm like, Kai, you poor baby. You deserve
I don't
better
know
than
if my
this.
breaking point was before or after that, but it had to do with the auction when he bought the movie for Third.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my breaking point.
Yeah, you only did that to impress. What? How? Why? How would that impress him? Bro, it's your movie. He bought it for you. Chill out. I get you're upset with him, but we're not doing this.
Mm-mm.
That bothered me too.
And then the storyline between Two and guy whose name I can't remember because he's still Two for me. By the way, Two is a handsome man. Some people want to say he's not.
I never said he was ugly.
You better not. We really don't. I really don't want to do his shirt.
He was not great to me. He was never ugly to me.
He was perfect. Well, not perfect. He was handsome. He deserves love, and he got his man.
The theory of love. I do wish we had gotten a little bit more out of them after they got together. I was kind of expecting something a little bit bigger than what happened, but I mean, no major complaints.
How many shows have we
why
done? I just hold on. Until we meet
So we
again, because you're my
yeah.
boy, my engineer, and
Dark Lucas.
Dark Blue Kiss. Oh, hey, that was our fifth.
Yeah, well, it was 5 each, though, to be fair. But I think we agree with most of them.
Yeah. The thing is, when it comes to rating shows for me, like it's a real it's a weird scale to rate a BL drama for me because there's so many different aspects. Like the story was stupid, but the actors were great and had great chemistry because you're my boy. The story was great. The actors were lackluster. My engineer.
Yeah.
Everything was great until we meet again.
Yeah. And then you've got shows like Together, where it's like, is it my favorite? Not by any means, but it's the introductory show,
We will
and
have Together on this list as an honorable mention. So
yeah,
that was the show that got us into the BL dramas. Well, kind of ish. I was
it was
already
the catalyst.
yeah.
And I can't speak with knowledge because
I
I
can't
mean I
speak with
don't know
knowledge. Are we
the
stupid?
I mean that's a discussion for another time. I can't speak with knowledge of the networks or how they operate or behind the scenes stuff because I feel like we're not necessarily heavily involved within the fandom of things.
Yeah, we're in our
And
own little bubble.
yeah, I mean with the exceptions of, some videos that I watch, shout out to Moon Consort, things of that nature, but so I don't know the operations behind things, but from what I have heard through the grapevine, from what I have observed, it kind of seems like Together's popularity because of the pandemic and how it was released and how bingy it was. Like, I think that really was a really good catalyst for upcoming shows to get a leg up and to get more production value and to have more awareness of what's coming up, which is really awesome. It wasn't the best show, but it was a pretty big deal for what it was.
Yeah, and to go back to what you said about us, well, what we both just said about us not being heavy in the fandoms of these shows, being in our own little bubble, that's kind of why I wanted to make this little, like, podcasting for us so, like, people will hopefully come and watch it and subscribe, please, because we will be doing this. But people would like talk to us and like we can get to know more about the stuff we didn't understand before. Because like we said with the whole "cause you're my boy" thing, we we were kind of just in our own bubble and like while watching that show, because we would watch it over the phone or on PlayStation every day, and like when Mark had got sick and we didn't know what was going on, we were like, wait, what? And we had to instantly go to Google and like we are hoping to meet people who share our love for these shows and can help us with our love for these
Our
shows.
hand and gently guide us. Yeah, I agree completely.
And also, if you want to guide us to where the fuck Rand's tie is, that would be amazing.
Or why his cup sticks out so far.
I didn't realize that.
I thought it was an error on my part. And then I checked the box and I'm like, oh.
What? No.
Oh,
Oh no, we lost the box.
oh god.
But yeah,
Late night musings.
there's other shows we've watched like Make It Right, Together, Tarn Type, which Tarn Type is like if me and Bree both did an individual top 5, which we probably will do in a future video. We know Tarn Type would be on there for one reason alone, Boba Tea. That was just the scene.
Oh god. Golf and Muse chemistry is through the roof in that show too. So it's like
Just
that's
don't
another
let Golf be mad. His face annoys me when he's
Listen.
mad.
Leave my baby alone.
Mew is god tier.
I feel like that's gonna be another thing that comes up a lot in these discussions. We both have like overlapping interests, but specific preferences, like the Mech and Boss versus King and Ram thing.
Which we've done a
Like-
nice portion of this puzzle, by the way. Please be happy
I'm
for us.
very proud of us. I'm very proud of us. I feel like tarn type's a good example. Your thing for Mew versus my thing for golf.
This tie's making no sense. Oh, we're kind of getting there.
Somewhere. Freaking skinny ties, man. Ram's gotta be out here trying to be all cool.
But I
With
can
his
tell
neck
Bree though about our
tattoos.
different types because me and Bree both have types, and like she said, our types with guys and shows and music is our types do overlap. But and like the way I told her a while ago, it was a quote by the Veronicas when they did their old vlogs and stuff for YouTube back in the day. They opened up a vlog with "We are the same flavors of different flavors." That's what me and Bree are.
Yeah. I hate that makes perfect sense, but it really does to me.
We really seem like we've known each other for like all of our lives, considering we just met like 2 years ago. I don't know when we met.
Yeah. It's about 2 years ago now. And it's funny because it's like I always say the perfect example that I could give anyone is we both thirst over Chris Evans, but I prefer him with beard and you prefer him sans beard.
Oh God, please lose the beard, Chris.
It's like it's overlapping, but there's always that like subtle difference. Like the same shows and the same dudes, but I prefer you prefer Flu.
I think that just says I prefer bottoms, honestly, but which is true. Okay, this is too high. Or wait, is this the right piece?
This is confusing me right here.
It is, see, and that's why it's been there this whole time for me.
Yo, Ram, what that? Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, that's not right.
We're trying our best.
Our best isn't good enough.
Clearly.
What the okay, I'm about to say that doesn't fit.
No,
But yeah. That's our list. This was our attempt to do a puzzle. We're not it's 5 in the morning now.
Experts. We're not experts.
We're not. Which is why we're just a hot mess of a conversation.
Smooth.
Oh yeah. Anything else you want to say before we get off?
I want them to come back. That's all.
They're coming back. We're getting a season 2.
One day.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm about to say. Wait. Do you want King and Ram to come back, or do you want other people to come back to our channel?
Both. Hey, Perth, Delay, if you're watching. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. God,
Perth, if you're watching, join my
I would
Animal
die.
Crossing island, please. I've got Momo Land.
Be honest, do you want Perth to come to your island, or do you just want to kick freaking Diva off of your island and give her to Perth?
Look, win-win situation.
The next live stream he does for a villager hunt, I'm just gonna be like, what do you think of Diva?
Because my friend is just eager to get her out. Anyway, we're getting off topic now.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is going to be the end for this episode.
Wait. Okay, we're done with the puzzle, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about flipping the damn table anyway.
Oh, I was about to do that. That's
Okay,
why I
flip
was
the table. Flip the table.
One. Wait, why am I counting 1, 2, 3? Hello, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
All because of your fucking tie, King. Okay, I think next week's episode we will make an individual list of our top 5 favorite actors from these shows.
Yes, I'm down.
So.
Oh God, that's gonna be so hard.
Yeah, so we're gonna start writing the
the
list tonight, tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't want to be the typical comment, like, subscribe, blah blah blah. But comment, like, subscribe, blah blah blah. Good night.
Good night.